Mhm. So, hi Monica, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me a little bit more about your business and kind of the services that you offer.
Hi, I'm Monica Jones, and I'm the owner of Hairpin Finishing. Am I a sole a sole proprietor of an LLC um, that focuses on specialty finishing, including wallpaper, plaster finishes, painting, and decorating, and um, and that is what I do. So I'm always part of a construction team dealing with scheduling, and it's just been a huge relief to have Nora do the stuff that I am not good at, like reconciling my bookkeeping.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
will say yours has been fun of like looking up like the different wallpaper designs. Like I didn't realize there were so many wallpaper designs, so it's been fun. But yeah, kind of what made you start looking for a bookkeeping solution? Because I know you had been in business for, I think it was about a year when you reached out. What made you start looking for a bookkeeping firm?
Well, I had a tax lady, um, and she had me doing all my bookkeeping, and it took me 6 months to reconcile in my taxes. I had to ask for extensions, and it was just a big pain. Um, and you actually reached out to me, which I really appreciated as another woman in the industry. Um, the fact that you were a woman that specialized in construction industry bookkeeping, I thought that was really cool. And you just found me right when I needed you. I don't know if there was like, you know, if you had a list of leads. I'm actually curious about that. But I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And then when you had videos that explained your services, and I really liked the personal touch that you added specifically. You made a video of yourself when you reached out, and that was really meaningful to me.
Yeah, I forgot that was how we connected, was through LinkedIn. So I was doing a lot of LinkedIn outreach at that time. And yeah, I do love video. Video, I feel like, is that way you can be as much as in person and introducing yourself as possible without having to be all over the place. So well, that's great to hear that that was helpful.
Mhm.
So basically, your bookkeeping was taking way too much time, and when you were trying to, in the meantime, also do your bookkeeping, get your taxes done while also running a business. So basically, the biggest thing was like that time balance of making sure you're working on what's important for your business. Is that kind of what brought you to me?
Yes. And I knew I liked delegating, and I knew that I needed to, but I didn't know who to delegate to. Um, and your pricing was reasonable, and I was just like, yes, that will automatically solve my problem. So, yeah.
Perfect. Were you at the same time, were you looking at any other bookkeeping firms, or was it just kind of serendipitous that we kind of landed in your LinkedIn inbox right at the same time you were looking for someone?
Yeah, I wasn't looking. There is this sort of S corp, all inclusive, like not even using QuickBooks, company that reached out to me too. They only focus on S corps, and I was considering going that route, or in the next year or something. But now everything has changed. Um, but that is something that another service I was considering, I guess. But I wasn't ready for that. That was like more, I wasn't ready to give up QuickBooks, and I like the personal touch of your reports that you give too. So.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes in the bigger, I feel like I've had that experience of like the bigger a company gets, the less the personal touches, the less you feel, the more you feel like a number rather than an actual human being. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So what has it been like working with us so far?
It's been really easy. I really like Keeper, I believe it is, that you use to ask the questions. Um, Even when there's like 14 questions or something, which is good because I'm really glad that you're being thorough. I can usually get through them in like 15 minutes.
Hmm.
I can attach photos and screenshots and um, I like the fact that it's like all digital and there's no like, delays with trying to get the information to you because it's all like easy to access. And I really like the personalized reports from the QuickBooks explaining like the status of my business and my accounting as well. So
Hmm. So has having those accurate, up-to-date books really helped you as a business owner of like making plans as well as like including tax, filing?
yeah, um, it's more just like a gut check kind of thing. Like I'm still so like not a business numbers person that I kind of just like uh I'm not like tabulating them like the way my husband maybe would, but it's just like a kind of okay, we're on track, and it's a kind of just reassuring.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, I honestly, for me, I always like tracking all my different clients' numbers and seeing like, oh, they had a really great month this month, and well, this was a little bit slower. I wonder what might have happened. So it's kind of exciting for me too. It's like, watching my clients grow, and you've definitely, you've been growing surely, but slowly but steadily, and so it's been exciting to watch. And so. Finally, like what would you say to someone who is like kind of on the fence about working with us? What would you say would like be the thing that would be like, yes, they are the one to work with?
Hmm. I think just like the fact that you showed you were knowledgeable about the construction industry so that you knew like you also knew um that you wanted to focus on something that maybe wasn't going to be too overwhelming. At least for me, I feel like my business I don't have um, any buildings. I don't have too much overhead or inventory. Um, so I knew that since you had focused on that, you also probably were pretty clever about which area you wanted to do and like just not spreading yourself too thin, but knowing where you could really help.
Hmm. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, I really actually chose the construction industry because I really like the people that are in the construction industry. I
Yeah.
feel like I really vibe with them, and I'm like, okay, these are the people I'd rather work with. Yeah, I could go after some, like medical might be a little bit more, there might be bigger businesses within medical industry, but I'm with my people, and that's what makes me happy.
Hmm.
So, okay. And then as like an optional bonus, it could be, might be something, or it might not be, but what surprised you the most with working with us?
Let's see, what surprised me the most? I think it was just like your follow through. Like every time I asked a question, you always got back to me. Um, and everything that you did was timely. I never had to wait for anything. Even when my tax lady had questions, you helped resolve those issues and communicated really well.
Yep, communication is my biggest value. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to get back to them as quickly as possible. Might be a little OCD on my end because I hate
Mhm.
I hate the notifications. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a big push for me, but it
Yeah.
works.
Same with me. I'm always trying, like, even if it's embarrassing to like over communicate and ask a question like a second time, I'm like, there's so many things in the construction industry and so many like things that need to come together that it's just always better to err on the side of over communicating.
I'm the same way. I always say more information is better than less. So I
Yeah.
always like, give me as much information as you can, and I'll figure out what I need and what I don't need.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much.